Okay, so this looks a little similar. This is our last dish of the day, our Nigerian cuisine.
I hope you're all excited.
Oh, you
Very.
know, I've been excited this whole time.
I wasn't excited in the beginning, but now I'm like, what are we eating next?
I sound good. Me too.
Character. So, okay, tell us what we are about to dive into because this looks very similar, but I know that it's different. Tell us the difference.
So, what we got going on here is something called pounded yam. You know, just like the name initiates, it's just yam that is pounded. Now, a lot of our viewers might not know the difference between yams and sweet potatoes. And that was one of the that was actually one of the cultural differences I got to realize when I first came to North America, that what we identify as yams over here is actually in these sweet potatoes. So back in continents like Africa and some parts of Asia, we have tubers that grow like rooted, just like sweet potatoes do grow yams. And when you Google it, the difference is very, very distinct. So pounded yams are made out of yams, and that's why they have the white color. If they were made out of a sweet potato, like we know it in the Western Hemisphere, there will be a little bit more orange to the yellow profile. So that's what we got going on here. And as far as who typically eats or has pounded yam in the delicacy or the nutritional regimen, it would be more so for affluent people because it's a much more expensive source of carbohydrate. So that's
Fix my posture.
That's why we have it last as well. And the soup that we have accompanying this as well is just very much like the meal itself. It's very ostentatious, it's very affluent. We call this Efo Riro. Efo Riro is just veggies, as you can see. The green profile is very rich, very exquisite, and it's got proteins and as you can see, some pepper in there as well. So
how is this different from the one we just had?
So what we had is made out of melon and spinach. This is strictly made out of just different sorts of veggies, I guess.
And spinach.
And spinach as well.
And then you said, because on the last...
Girl, let me
sorry, girl.
I want some meat.
Yeah.
Trying to
There we
go.
go.
Kind, she said.
I'm greedy, y'all. Now that I know what it tastes like, I serve myself, so I get a good portion.
Okay, I'm a little nervous because the last one, there might have been some fish. And unless y'all know CPR, I'm gonna just have a little tiny bite.
So sometimes these guys are very much made with fish, but with this, I don't see any fish. But the one thing I will guard against though is this is gonna be a lot spicier than the last one. So as you can see with the red hint of spices on top of it. So yeah.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Absolutely, go for it.
So if this was a meal, would I take this whole thing to myself, or is it that we share it like how we did the last one?
You know what? If I was a little more famished today, I would have had this whole thing to my own self. But
She's like, nope, I need some.
But no, it's just typically you have a whole morsel. So we typically call a serving like this a morsel. And if you were to go to any restaurant,
that's a big old morsel.
If you were to go to any restaurant, anywhere,
tapping that booty.
Sorry. Them jigos. So this is how you actually this is how you get to get served pretty much.
Okay, so that's like a one. This is a one serving.
That's a one serving.
Okay. So do we just grab it the way you said?
Yeah. So to make this easier, of course, we're just coming out of a COVID era. We have to be very, very careful with sharing. You can just grab it by the bag. So typically people have to share it in a restaurant. You just wrap the whole thing with the bag itself and just sort of
pull out your piece.
Pull out your piece.
Nice.
So we can do that.
Thank
And
you.
the other half goes over there.
So nice and cute.
Absolutely.
Okay, so guys, I can see like shiny skin.
Okay, you don't need to eat it. Don't eat it.
Which typically is related to
fish, mercury.
Species. So
we don't want.
I'm just gonna have a little bit. Look, I have
just
spinach,
a little
I have some
taste.
chicken.
Yeah.
Her face will be blown up. We don't need that.
We don't need that. Yes, okay,
I'll do the honors for you, girl. You just sit back and look cute. It's okay.
It's already on my plate.
I'm pretty
I can't let it go
excited.
to waste. I can't let it go to waste. So.
Okay.
And I don't want to feel
This one is the one that I think reminds me more of mashed potatoes.
All right. So it has
my rings
all.
back on.
I know it has all washed up as well. So
Yes. Oh, I forgot to take my rings off. Sorry. I'll take your jewelry off.
Okay. Let's go.
Are we ready?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
So you just take a piece.
Oh, so you did a little bit this time. You didn't fully get the whole hand in there. Okay.
Oh, we still roll it. Okay.
Oh, you gotta roll it. Have to massage it.
Play-Doh. Hey.
Just like love the food. Just
It doesn't have a smell. Literally like mashed potatoes.
feel like
So that's something you also find very consistent with a lot of the morsels that you do find in Nigeria. I don't know if this also spreads across the diaspora in all of Africa, but they typically don't have a taste profile to the morsels themselves.
Okay.
A lot of the
morsels.
taste you get is from the soup that.
So this is just like a filler, a fattener.
That's the carb actually. That's
Yeah,
that's
something
that's
to
your
get
carb
you
right there.
full all day.
And that'll be your proteins and your fats, right? So
I'm gonna do one bite with y'all just so I don't feel left out.
Oh my
We
God,
cheers,
look at this
or is
bite
that-
I'm about to take.
Cheers, is that weird? Oh, y'all already ate.
Cheers, girl.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous. Just dump it down.
Okay. Very kind of similar. I feel like you
It
guys
tastes like
use,
the last one.
you guys use a lot of tomato. Like there's a tomato, I feel like, in every dish that we had today.
Yes.
Which is like,
So-
is there a reason behind that? It's like accessible vegetable or like,
You know, if
woo! You weren't lying about that spice though.
Like I'm feeling it building.
if I had to really like bring it down to a distinct rationale, I think the tomatoes is in there because our soups are by far the only way we get all of our nutrients. A lot of when you, like I say, I always liken things to this part of the world, which is the western part, and you tend to see every single ingredient in your food on your plate, but this is all mixed up and mashed up. So typically you have tomatoes, as a separate, when you have a salad, this will be the salad and everything all
Right.
incorporated in one.
I love it. Well, I definitely taste some fish, so I'm gonna just let y'all finish this dish.
I'm chewing. I'm still chewing.
That rhymed even.
It's so spicy, but I think the level of spice is the same throughout everything I've eaten today. Like the same heightened.
And what would you say about that? Would you advise our audience to obviously try spicy food?
Hell yeah.
Is it something you would try again next time?
Hell yeah.
Atta girl.
I'm Nigerian now, y'all. Don't play with me. Y'all can take. I'm eating Efo Riro. What is it called? Efo Riro?
She said,
Efo Riro.
she said I'm eating FO.
We're gonna pull up in Abuja and I'm gonna be like, hey, where's the Efo Riro? I'm not trying to be on
I love it. That's so good.
I'm still chewing though.
So
That's
I-
one thing. You're still chewing. Like, there's a lot of the beef is very like chewy, I guess.
Not tender.
Thick?
Opposite of tender, I guess.
Again,
Just like the chicken.
All of
It's like the hard chicken. You chew.
all of our meat, we typically like to identify them as game meat.
Game meat, that's what it
Absolutely.
So you don't have a strong jaw after you
I have a
eat.
strong
I
jaw.
have a strong jaw.
You can't make it to Wakanda without being able to tear up.
Period.
So Abdul, I need to know, do you make everything we had today, do you make any of these dishes at home? Do you cook them personally? That's the last nationality test quiz to make you an official Nigerian.
You know what? I think I got lucky with that question because one of the two of the three meals that we had today happened to be the top of my delicacies, which is jollof rice and egusi. So
That
yes,
you know how to cook.
that I do know how to cook. Yes.
Okay.
But I just happen to be lucky because those are about the only two things I know how to cook.
Hey, it counts. It counts.
What is that your favorite? What would you say your favorite?
Those are by far my two favorite
Okay.
Nigerian
Oh,
meals.
so we fed you right today.
Absolutely.
Nice.
You guys hit the nail on the head. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to Delish Dining. Also, we also paid this out of our pocket. They're not
Yeah, this is not sponsored, y'all.
by them, but we just want to say if you are looking for Nigeria, specifically in Calgary, they are the spot. To go
This
to.
is the spot to
There's dining, and Nigeria never carries last, so Ashama.
Period.
What is one thing that you feel like everyone should know about Nigeria? Like, what is maybe your favorite thing?
Is our people. I believe the people make the culture, and with us being perhaps the largest, most populated country in all of Africa, and just the working class and the metropolitan class that we do have, I think is definitely a cornerstone for business over the next couple of years. And if you ever want to just explore any new ideas, Nigeria is the place to be. Test it out. And of course, last but not least, I would like to thank both of you lovely hosts for
Last, everybody go
good
shop
job breakfast.
Hey.
Shayo. Bring the shayo, bring the shayo.
End it off right.
But on a real though, thank you so much. I think a lot of our viewers have they've engaged with us, and I think
Yeah.
they also stand to learn a lot from some of.
I mean, when we have guests like you, of course they're gonna learn a lot.
You made it so
with the
easy.
knowledge.
Thank you so much.
made it
Thank you
so
so
easy.
much.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Thank
You guys
you.
obviously made the questions raring and the responses even easier as well.
Thank
so thanks.
you. No, this is
you.
awesome.